said in the past you were going to rise from the ashes when you lost to Jan. How do you do that now?
Same. I'm still here. I mean, I have my team around me. It's the same energy, same shit, different fight.
You said your team is here, but your father's not here. I spoke with him earlier in the week, and he said he would be watching in New Zealand.
Yeah, I already called them. I already called my family and let them know first. I looked for David in the crowd, and I was like, yo, I'm okay. I wanted them to know I'm fine. It wasn't anything. It was just my leg. My leg gave away, and it was really annoying. But again, kudos to him because he invested in those. I did the same thing to him. His leg's fucked. But, yeah, he just got me better.
Similar thing between you and Kamaru. Winning the fight in the last round, you just lose the fight. Like, what happened?
My leg. My leg happened. He got calf kicks on and invested well.
Last one.
Before we go look at this knockout again, boy, it is early, 6:40 a.m. 6:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Please make sure you subscribe and share my Fight View 360 boxing and combat sports channel, as this T Street Controversy channel, long overdue. We're going to be slowly migrating out combat sports and covering current events, world news, and etc. But listen, you want to hear about some MMA. UFC 281 last night was by far the best UFC event of the year. I had some time to think, because I thought maybe last night when I was watching it, like, okay, all right, this is a fucking good event. From Frankie Edgar, once again, getting sent to hell. Dominic Reyes, he got sent to hell. Weili won against Carlos Esparza. That didn't, drag out. Carla has a bit of a reputation. Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier took themselves to hell and back. And then you had this big time upset in a fight where Israel Adesanya was up. Let me get my notes here. 3-1. I gave Alex Pereira round number 2. But besides that, that was a close round. But besides that, it was a pretty dominating performance until Israel got his ass. Well, he didn't get fully knocked out, but I guess some people can say he was knocked out on his feet. But do you consider this an excuse? Him talking about his leg here. Let's listen to a little bit more of this before we go check out the highlights and the replay. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like and follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy.
When do you think you get that rematch with him?
I haven't thought about that yet. I'm just focused on rehydrating and doing these obligations.
Izzy, over to your right here, please.
Kev.
Did the fight go easier than you even may have thought? Like in the first 4 rounds, it seemed like you were controlling the fight. You maybe couldn't have fought a better fight the way it went. Did it go easier even than you imagined it would have gone?
I could have. I thought I was going to stop him later on, like the 4th, maybe 3rd round. But he's durable and he recovers well. So even in the 5th round, I knew he was going to come strong because he was down. Same thing as last time again. And, yeah, I mean, it's another great story for him, but it's not over. This is still war.
And last question.
Let's go back and look at the KO. I have to be very careful here because if you don't know, I did a video last night and UFC took it down. But basically, he was winning the fight, even, somewhat up on the rounds. But one thing you've noticed about the fight is every time, I'm going to call him AP, every time AP got close, and you heard the punches from him from the very first round. That high stance, he came into the octagon at about 220 or so pounds, give or take. They said 215. Remember, the weight was 185. So he's a big dude when he rehydrates. He has that very tall stance, and you heard like the thud of his punches from round number 1, where you hit the doof, doof, even the knees, every single thing. So my concern was, okay, Izzy, your number 1 priority is to stay off that cage. And every time he was on the cage, that's when he was in the most danger. Now, it did show that, every time we see him fight, he does show us different facets of his game. For example, the clinching. And he was actually the better overall grappler and wrestler in this fight. But at the end of the day, he got caught. And he got caught big. Now, a few of them earlier in the fight had missed. Mostly the jab was effective by Pereira. But for the most part, it was an uppercut that sent his ass. Let me see if we can find it here. Now, I have to be very careful because UFC has been policing the shit out of people's videos. So let's see if we can get this little slow motion clip right here. See if we get this slow motion clip right here of this uppercut. I believe it comes here. By the way, take your time out, please. Drop a like and follow me on Fight View 360. on YouTube. Oh, there he is. Right hand. Okay, so we got a right hand over the top. Boom. Right on the top of the head. Let me find, it was a mean uppercut, and I think it's coming in right here is where this uppercut's going to come in at. That one. Let's see if we can get a little bit. That's not even the first uppercut. Here, let's go find it, because I have to be very careful. UFC do not like when you show their highlights. But he was out on his feet for at least, it seemed like 10 seconds. See, he's completely out on his feet. Completely out on his feet. He took a bow, didn't do a post-fight interview, and he got the hell out of there. Is this where it comes in? Ooh. That one. That's the one. Let's go look at it full screen. That is the one, ladies and gentlemen. That's what really sent him to the shadow realm. You know, he was after this punch. I mean, he was there right now, but after this punch, he was no longer there. That one. I'm gonna see if I can get you a screenshot of it, but let's go listen to his the rest of his post-fight press conference interview. Because as you can see, some people were saying he wasn't going to rush to the rematch because now he's already 0-3 against him. One decision loss back in kickboxing back in 2016, and then I forgot what it was. Wasn't it in China? And then they fought in or Japan, I don't remember. And then they fought in Brazil in 2017, a year later, and that's when he was stopped by the head kick. And now 2022, he gets knocked out in a fight where he was dominating in the very last round. So he doesn't seem too confident about wanting the rematch, or if there is going to be a rematch. But think about it. It's too much money for him not to take it. What is he going to move up to 185? You know, he's going to take an interim fight? Because if he, you know, my feeling is the 185-pound division, you know, I mean, yeah, you got the Costa rematch, but do you want to see Whitaker again? Do you want to see him versus Cannonier? Do you want to see him versus Vettori? And all three of those guys know that he is supreme in that division. So I was wanting guys from 170 to possibly move up and challenge him. Maybe not Usman, you know, but maybe a Leon Edwards, maybe a Colby Covington. But now the division is back on fire again. This is actually somewhat what the division needed. I hate to say it like that because I do like Izzy, and he's a very technically sound boxer, but you know, he can beat this guy, but can he finish him?
I think to him, his leg's fucked. But yeah, he just got me better.
Similar thing between you and Kamaru. Winning the fight, in the last round, you just lose the fight. Like, what happened?
My leg. My leg happened. He got calf kicks on and invested well.
Last one. When do you think you get that rematch with him?
I haven't thought about that yet. I'm just focused on rehydrating and doing these obligations.
Izzy, over to your right here, please.
Kev.
Did the fight go easier than you even may have thought? Like in the first 4 rounds, it seemed like you were controlling the fight. You maybe couldn't have fought a better fight the way it went. Did it go easier even than you imagined it would have gone?
I could have. I thought I was going to stop him later on, like the 4th, maybe 3rd round. But he's durable, and he recovers well. So even in the 5th round, I knew he was going to come strong because he was down. Same thing as last time again. And, yeah, I mean, it's another great story for him, but it's not over. This is still war.
And last question for me, did you feel like, you know, in retrospect, and it's always easy to say in retrospect, you should have maybe stepped on the gas a little more in the 4th round, and did you feel like you had that opportunity?
No, I wish it was hard for me to attack with my wrestling because I was compromised again because of the investment he made with the calf kicks. But bro, trust me, like when I had him, like I'm dangerous on the ground. People just don't realize that. But it was just I was compromised early on, and it's not frustrating. It just happened fucking an hour ago, so I'm kind of still just doing all these things, medicals and drug tests and whatnot. But yeah. It's not frustrating. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy my team's fine. You know, we did well as a fucking hell. Look what we did today. I mean, it's beautiful. Carlos, Brad, Dan, and then myself. What a life. Israel.
This is the first time.
I'll take 3 more questions.
Israel, right here. I know how much the story arc and the journey is important to you. I know it's very fresh, but do you think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're going to look at this as a positive moment in that story arc and something that turns out for the best?
Yes, it's not over yet, but yes, I can already take a lot from this fight.
Thank you.
This was the first time we really got to see ADCC Anya. Do we get to see more grappling the more it goes on? Because you did very well in this.
Bro, the way I try people, I'm slick with it, but I just, again, I can get better. I can get better, but I'm very slick with it, and I work very hard on my my grappling. But yeah, I still have a lot of tricks up my sleeve.
How close do you think you were getting him out of there in the first round? Love the swag, by the way.
Give me like 3 seconds, 4 more seconds, it would have been over. Because that hook didn't land the way I wanted it to. But yeah. But I mean, that's hoopla. What do you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Doesn't matter, He's the new champion. Congrats to him. And he did it again.
I think so too. That first round, he had he hit AP with this overhand right that had him buckle all the way down. Then when he got up, he hit him again in his legs, and I do feel that maybe if it would have went a little, that really right there changed the tempo of the pressure of Pereira. So now, depending on the nature of his leg injury, and he did kind of hint at what's been going on with his tit. Like basically he's been getting teased and clowned about it. But let's go listen to what Pereira had to say for a little bit. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe. T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360. We're going to listen to the post-fight interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the 5th round. Declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Alex Poatan Pereira.
I'm here with the winner and new champion, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Pereira. Alex, a tremendous fight and an incredibly quick rise to the title. In your 5th fight ever in MMA, you are now the undisputed middleweight champion. How good does this feel?
Foi uma ascensão tremenda, parabéns ao Alex Poatan. Pô, na sua 3ª do UFC, 7ª luta de MMA, campeão mundial, como é que isso sente?
Eu me sinto muito bem, muito feliz. Já estava escrito, eu sabia que eu ia ser campeão. Eu sou um cara humilde, um cara que fala pouco, da forma que eu fiz. Algumas pessoas não gostaram, eu peço desculpa, mas foi de uma forma saudável. Foi história, uma parte da história que eu vim postando, e algumas pessoas acharam que era provocação, mas não foi. Agradeço todo mundo aí pela torcida.
I feel so good. Been training all my life. I worked so hard for this. It was written. Sorry for everybody that I had to post some stuff. Do a little bit of trash talk this time, but was healthy. But I had to get on his head to get on this fight.
This was a very good fight up until the last round, and let's take a look at it. You caught him and tagged him with the right hand. You had him hurt, and then you got him up against the octagon and landed this left hook. And from there, he was in deep trouble.
Fala pra gente aí, pô, foi uma luta dura e você acertou aquela esquerda e dali já estava em vários problemas ali.
Bom, eu vim treinei.
Let me pause that for a minute. Here's the scorecards. And that round 2 universally is who we all, include myself, the judges, and myself, gave to Pereira. And Izzy, even though it wasn't that long. I mean, it was a nice little period left in the 5th round, but in my opinion, he still was winning. Meaning Izzy, that round.
Duro para essa luta, foi como o Glover vinha falando. Eu dentro do meu camp, eu não fiz 3 rounds. Eu vinha fazendo só 4 ou 5 rounds. Eu falo para você, eu tive uma luta diária. A minha equipe é embaçada. Vou falar pra você, era uma luta difícil a cada dia. Hoje foi muito difícil também. Muitas pessoas desacreditaram, falando que eu não poderia fazer 5 rounds. Eu fiz 5 rounds muito bem. Eu tô pronto pra próxima.
Well, it was a very hard fight, but just like Glover said, I was going through a fight every day at the gym. I was going through 5 rounds all the time. For everybody that said they couldn't do 5 rounds, look what I just did right now. I'm ready for the next.
Well, what's even more incredible is that this is only your 5th MMA fight. You're only going to get better at MMA. So congratulations on becoming the new UFC champion.
Bom, parabéns, você tem 5, 7 lutas só de MMA e já é campeão mundial. Então espero o futuro para você. Parabéns, o de campeão médio do UFC.
Muito obrigado para todo mundo que está torcendo por mim. Muito obrigado você que sempre vem falando bem de mim em todas as entrevistas. Você é um cara que entende da arte marcial e fala a verdade.
Thank you everybody that's been supporting my work. Thank you, Joe Rogan, that since the beginning believe in me and I was always say good stuff about my work, and I know you know the job.
It was an honor to call your fight, sir. Congratulations. The new UFC middleweight champion.
Let me say this, though. It's a little premature to say, but in boxing, we got a guy by the name of course, you probably heard of Deontay Wilder, Combat Sports fans. But he's one of the fighters now that I'm looking at that he's going to be dangerous to the very last, like, bell. You know, you can probably, dominate. I'm not going to say Izzy was fully dominating, but he was in definitely damn sure control. Can you say he was dominating? You can't say he was dominating. You know, he had a couple of dominant rounds. I guess you can say he was kind of dominating. But if he touches you or if you get close, you are going down. Like I told you, you can hear those punches. So take your time out. Please like the video, subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel. Here, I'm going to pull it up for you. Fight View 360, where all my boxing content, because people have been bitching at me for so long about, you need to just make a boxing channel, man, and cover all your other stuff. Well, look, now, I have a boxing channel. It's right here. It's under maintenance. I did the Ricky Hatton fight, 11,000 views. Natasha Jonas taking on Marie-Eve DeCare. And all my UFC streams and boxing streams are going to be on this channel as well. So expect some major changes to this channel. I'm going to be posting this, the link to the channel in the description box, in the comments, and in the chat of the video. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at T Street Controversy. Link down below in the description box. Please subscribe.